Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany and in today's video we are doing a weight loss update. This is update number 3 and I'm also going to just be giving you a little bit of some background information about my journey with a GLP-1 medication, and I'm also going to be answering your questions. I asked on Instagram for you to give me your questions, what questions you might have about either, my weight loss journey or just GLP-1s in general. And I've got your questions. I have my phone handy dandy so that I can answer those for you. And I'm just really excited. I've got a really exciting update. So I hope you're here for it. Let's go ahead and get started. So before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor, Get Healthy You TV. We're gonna talk more about them later on in the video, but I wanna just tell you a quick little bit about them right now. Get Healthy You TV is your go-to resource for all fun and exciting workouts while at home. They offer all different types of varieties for, different types of exercises and varying levels of fitness. Their passion is to help you achieve your goals and to live a happy and healthy life, and they are definitely helping me do exactly that. Their workouts are led by certified and encouraging fitness professionals who give excellent instruction. They have good form cues and they empower you to believe that yes, you can, which I need a cheerleader in my corner all of the time, you guys. It is what keeps me going. I've told you guys before that your kind comments to me always keep me motivated. My husband and my kids telling me how proud they are of me. It helps me work. It helps me move forward. That's kind of the human experience, right? Is that we do better when we feel proud of ourselves and like others are proud of us as well. They offer all different types of exercises in varying different exercise levels. Lately, I have been focusing on finding new and different ways to stay active. I have talked to you guys a lot about liking to do walk-in-place exercises, and I think my favorite feature about Get Healthy You TV is that they have calendars. So it's basically like a recipe of workouts to follow for 28 days or so, and currently I am doing their body weight, I think is what it's called. Let me make sure. Yes, their body weight calendar, and it basically just walking in place and using your own body to exercise. I prefer that. I don't have a lot of equipment, and that's okay. That's a great part about Get Healthy You TV. You don't need it. They also have super fast workouts, so if you only have a little bit of time in the morning, you can knock out a 10-minute workout. If you've got a longer session in the evening, you can even do both. I love to do that if I just need to get my body moving. If Danny's in the shower and I've got 10 minutes before it's my turn, I'll just come out here and do a quick little 10-minute workout while coffees are being made, and it's a great way to start my day. Get Healthy You TV is frequently adding new workouts to keep you coming back for more and to help keep you motivated. There's always something new to find. You can join their active community. You can ask questions, share ideas, stay motivated, talk to other people who are on same journeys like you. And as a member, you'll have access to hundreds of Get Healthy You TV workouts and live Q&A sessions with trainers, so you can get your questions answered and you can engage in the Get Healthy You TV community in real time. That can be really, really motivational. Get Healthy You TV is offering a super cool special offer for my subscribers. The first 1,000 of you to click the link below are going to get a premium membership for only $1.49 for a full year. What a steal. So you can come and work out with me and try it out for yourself. This is valid for new members only. I promise you, you are going to love this. You don't even have to leave your house. You can access it from your phone, your computer, and it's really, really, really convenient. So thank you again to Get Healthy You TV for sponsoring today's video. I sincerely appreciate you partnering with me on my health journey. Now let's get into talking and answering all of your questions. So if this is your first video that you're seeing about my weight loss journey, I will link the others for you down below. I would highly recommend that you start at video number 1. I only have 2, so it's not like you're gonna be spending a ton of time, but it'll explain to you a little bit about my history and kind of where I was and what got me to the place I was at and when I started. I think it's important to just have a better understanding of my challenges and maybe see a little bit of yourself in those challenges. That first video did phenomenally well. There's like, I don't know, 150,000 views or something on it. And the comments, you know, thousands of people just saying, I resonate with this. I see myself in this. I'm on a journey too. I also have, you know, childhood trauma that has to do with my body that has prevented me from losing weight. And if that was you, I sincerely appreciate you being vulnerable with me. And I will say that since addressing my childhood trauma head on, since I had a hysterectomy in the summer, back in May, and it forced me, that healing process forced me to address things that I had buried deep down inside that I didn't want to address, that I knew I had to if I was ever going to shed the pounds. I walked around with this weight as a shield to protect myself from things that I just didn't want to let go of. And I feel so free. I'm gonna start crying. I feel so free. I have been able to shed that with the help of my husband, with the help of therapy, with the help of talking about it and addressing it. I have set myself free. I definitely didn't think I was going to get emotional in this video, but it is a very emotional thing to talk about because I didn't realize how much it was holding me back from living my life. I had traumatic births and just like I said, childhood trauma that I needed to heal from both physically and emotionally. And I can tell you with an honest heart that I am healing. I am healing. Physically, I am all the way healed. And emotionally, I am healing every single day. And it's just been so freeing, just so freeing. In my previous life, I used to be a massage therapist. That's actually how my husband and I met. And I knew that your body holds on to memories and your body holds on to trauma. And I knew that by embarking on this journey, I was going to have to address the physical trauma that my body has been holding on to. And I was willing to take that on. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it, but I was willing to at least give it a try. And fast forward, let me try to pull myself together here. I'm so sorry. Fast forward now, I started on a GLP-1 medication back in March. I got my prescription in February. I started on the shot in March. GLP-1 medications are medications designed to help with weight loss. And it was something that my doctor wanted me to try. I was open to it. I said, if my insurance will cover it, let's do it. And they did. And I started on Zepbound, 2.5 milligrams back in March. It took forever to get my shots because it's a very popular drug. Thank you to Oprah who put out an entire special on GLP-1 medications and the world went crazy, which say what you will. I've said this in my previous 2 videos. I will delete any negative comments about the use of medication to lose weight. I don't believe in that mess. If there is something that can combat obesity, which is the #1 killer here in the United States, then I am for it. And you will never, ever, ever change my mind because I have seen what it's done for me and I have seen what it has done for other people. And if you have never, I've said this before, if you have never, ever, ever, ever had to battle with your weight or think about what you're putting in your body or count calories or worry about obesity, then you are a lucky one, okay? So this got real serious and I apologize, but I just it was something that my doctor had said, let's give it a shot, and the stars all aligned and it worked out, and I was finally able to get the medication. Now, it was a little bit of a rough start, so I'm actually gonna pull up my notes in my phone because I started taking like daily notes when I first started taking it, so that I could just kind of keep track of how I was feeling and, you know, what was going on. Let me go back to March. Here we go. So I took my very first shot Friday, March 1st, and I weighed in at 266 pounds. 266 pounds. Here's a look at that lady. That's where I started. The following day, my notes here say that I had a ton of fatigue. I had a little bit of nausea. I was freezing. I was so cold. I felt very, very bloated, and every time I ate, I felt extremely full. I would eat a half a sandwich and I felt like I ate an entire turkey dinner. Like I just felt so full. And I remember like we were driving somewhere in the car, and I just looked at Danny and I was like, I'm just gonna close my eyes and take a quick nap because I'm that tired. The next day, Sunday, I had lots of nausea in the morning. I had a super hard time eating. And I just put on here that it felt exactly like your first trimester of pregnancy. I was tired, I was super cold, I was really bloated, I had no appetite, and I had a little bit of constipation. So that was 2 days after taking the shot. And I initially took the shot in the late afternoon because I had done all this research before I took my first shot. And I had read somewhere that if you take it in the late afternoon, by the time it starts to kick in, you can sleep through the night and like sleep through the initial symptoms when you first take the shot, and then you'll wake up the next day feeling great. I found that actually is not what worked for me. I felt like that did not, I'll explain more in a minute. The following day, Monday, so 3 days after taking the shot, I had no more nausea, I had less fatigue, I still had lots of bloat. I finally had gone to the bathroom, I was more hungry. I started walking that day, and I did an arm workout. I was even keeping track of how I was moving my body. By Tuesday, so I took the shot Friday, by Tuesday, my ankles were hurting really badly because I was walking, and I know I've talked to you guys before. I have really, really bad arthritis in my feet and ankles, and at 266 pounds, that is a ridiculous amount of weight on your feet. For every 10 pounds of weight, it's 40 pounds on your feet. So you can only imagine how much that was. And then I was walking and just compounding things. My doctor was like, my podiatrist said, you have to stop walking. To lose weight first, stop walking. And I was like, that's not gonna work, but I'll tell you what I did. And on that day, I weighed in at 264.4. So I was already starting to see weight loss. I lost 1.5 pounds and I was feeling really good. By Wednesday, it's probably also because I wasn't eating. By Wednesday, my ankles were feeling better. I got really good sleep. I was using the bathroom and I was down 262.8. Oh no, wait. Yes. Then I didn't keep track for a little bit. And then March 15th was the next time that I kept track. It was my third shot. That was the day I took my third shot. And I wrote on there, feeling good, down to 260.6. So, you know, moving into a new area. 317, 2 days later, feeling good. We went to hibachi dinner, and I had a cocktail, and I was less swollen. I put on here, less swollen, even after hibachi and a cocktail. 259 was my weight. Then on 327, I weighed in at 258.6. So it was 10 days later. I had only lost 1 pound. I was hungry and bloated, and I felt heavy, and I couldn't get my shot. And this is where I kind of went into this like, this battle where I would be able to take a couple shots and I'd have to wait a week or two to get my refill. Then I had my surgery in May, and I didn't take my shot. You have to stop doing it like the week of surgery, and then you can restart it afterward, but you just, anesthesia slows your digestive system already, so you don't need anything to help that. And I restarted back on the shot, I would say like a week after surgery. And once I was healed and given the green light to start working out, that is when I took the next step and really started moving forward. So let's talk about my current experience with Zepbound. So the way, depending on the GLP-1 that you're on, I'm on Zepbound, which is FDA approved for weight loss. It's not used for diabetes or anything like that. It's just for weight loss. It's a trizepatide medication. It's a GLP-1 and a GLP-2, and it works by addressing visceral fat. So that's the fat that's deep inside of you, that's like around your internal organs. It also helps to reduce your appetite, slow your digestion. It is a hormone, so it does help if you have like PCOS or if you're in perimenopause. It helps if you have insulin resistance. So I am not pre-diabetic, but I do have insulin resistance, which just means that my body does not use insulin the way that it could or should. It not to the point where I need medication or it's a disorder, but it's enough that it's disrupting weight loss. And you start off low, 2.5 milligrams, and then you bump your way up. So when I was on the 2.5 milligrams, forgive me, I'm still recovering. You probably hear it in my voice. And it was not the flu. It was the C word. And everybody, it's gone through my house, so yay us. But sometimes I have to pause to cough. And hopefully I remember to edit out every cough and every blow of the nose. I'm feeling really good. I just am recovering. Anyway, you start at 2.5 milligrams. When I was on the 2.5 milligrams, the weight loss was extremely slow. I still felt really hungry. I definitely didn't feel like it was helping with the food noise the way that I thought it should, and I was right. So when I bumped up to 5 milligrams, this is where I first had my first blip. And I had one day where I had like extreme stomach pain. And again, I had read that the day before you take your shot, you should try to front load with a lot of protein, because the first day or two after you take your shot, you really have no appetite. And so I had read that you should front load with protein to help keep your protein levels up, because you don't want your body losing muscle mass. You want your body losing fat. So you got to keep your protein levels up. And so I did that right before I took the 5 milligram, thinking I'm not going to be hungry. I need to do this. And I think I shot myself in the foot that day, because I ate so much protein that like when I took the shot, my body did not have a chance to fully process all of that food. And I got extreme stomach pain to the point where I thought I had pancreatitis. I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac. If you know me in real life, you know this to be true. So I just took myself down to the emergency room, 100% sure I had pancreatitis. I did not. I just had like food stuck in my stomach that I just had not worked through. I vomited and I felt 100% better. And that has never happened again. I now do not read anything. And I just listen to my body. And I'm going to tell you some tips and tricks later on in the video. I stayed at 5 milligrams for a month, I think, maybe 2 months. I think it was 2 months. And then I went and had blood work done. You have to constantly be getting blood work, making sure that your kidneys are functioning right, your pancreas is functioning right, make sure that your thyroid levels are still good. And because not everybody is a good candidate for a GLP-1 or 2 medication. You have to talk to your doctor. And once I got my blood work back saying that I was doing great, I asked my doctor if I could bump up to the 7.5. I did the 7.5 for 2 months, and now I just started on the 10 milligram last week. I will take my second 10 milligram shot tomorrow. And this has been the easiest titrate up. I did not feel any difference in side effects. So let's start answering your questions, because I think that what I want to tell you is going to answer your questions. So let's just take a look. So one question is, were you nauseous the first few months? I was. When I first started, I definitely was not nauseous for the first few months. I would say for the first couple of weeks that I was on it, as my body got used to having this medication. And I also learned how to eat on the medication. I learned very quickly to listen to my body and eat when I was hungry and not do something I thought I needed to do. I didn't drastically cut my calories right away. I didn't drastically increase my protein. I just listened to my body. And I met with a nutritionist who talked to me about, she gave me such really, really good advice. And if you have an opportunity to talk to a nutritionist, ask your general practitioner if you can get a referral or if you can, be in contact with a nutritionist, because it is so helpful and they will talk to you about your specific body type and what works for you. But the advice that she gave me was, yes, to try to get to 100 milligrams or 100 grams, not milligrams, 100 grams a day of protein if I could, even a little bit more. And to do that, just focus on filling up on protein first. So if I'm gonna eat a salad, eat the chicken off the salad, with a little bit of lettuce and then finish the lettuce. Like, don't eat all the protein you can first so you're getting full on protein and not, all of the other stuff. And just to eat when you're hungry. If you finish the day and you've got some extra, you don't have any more calories, just eat, because if your body's telling you you're hungry, eat. Listen to your body. That was such good advice. So the first couple of weeks I was nauseous, but it definitely went away and that stopped being a side effect. What's your workout routine since you work full-time? Great question. Great question. I do work full-time and that can cause, an issue with the way that I work out. The weekends definitely are much easier. I start every weekend day with 20 minutes to a half an hour on a recumbent bike. That is really, really helpful. I usually burn about 150 calories that way to 200 calories, gets my day going. I close my movement ring and that works for me. But I also, during the school week, I will, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I might try to do a 10-minute video real quick in the morning, or go for a quick walk, or get on the bike for 10 minutes while I'm waiting for the shower or while coffee's being made. But all of my workouts happen at night, and Danny is really good about working out with me. We'll turn the TV on and we'll work out literally right here in my dining room area, right before my family room. And we'll do, walking exercises, and it is extremely helpful that way. And if I haven't closed my rings by then, I might hop on the bike for the last 10 minutes before I crawl into bed for the evening. So that is how I work out, and it has been working wonderfully. Heather says, no questions, but I love your YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This question says, just wanted to say thanks for sharing. I'm on Zepbound and love your videos. Get it, girl. Get it. Thank you so much. Did you experience any side effects from your Zepbound when you started taking it? Yes, I did. As I mentioned already, I was nauseous. I had a lot of bloating. I don't have that anymore. I don't really have any side effects except for the day that I take my shot. I take it in the morning now. I do it in my belly. There's lots of different places that you can inject. You have to find the one that works for you, but I inject in my belly. I go left, right of my belly button, right below my belly button, and I'll alternate sides each week. I do get shot site itchiness, it'll get red and a little itchy for a day or two. And I take my shot in the morning, and by the evening, I'm very tired and sometimes very cold, because it can affect your hippocampus, which regulates your body temperature, and you can feel really, really cold. I have a heated blanket on my side of the bed that I use. My friend jokes, she's like, well, now you're skinny, so you're always cold. And that's not true. I'm not skinny, and I am always cold though. I was always cold to begin with though. Those are the side effects really that I feel, is just tired that night of the shot. And usually Sunday nights we do dinner at my mother-in-law's, and sometimes it'll be hard for me to have a big appetite, and I'll be really tired, and then I'm like, oh, it's shot day. Oh, it's shot day. The other side effect that I get, which I really did not get this with this last shot, I just realized this, is burping. I do burp a lot on the shot, and I'll always say, sorry, it's my medicine. Sorry, it's my medicine. My family's like, will you stop? But I just realizing that I don't feel like I burped as much with this last shot. Okay, cutoff time for eating and how are you sleeping? This is a question from our Texas home. Thank you so much. I don't really have a cutoff time for eating, I would say. If I'm hungry, I'll eat like a string cheese or something before bed. But I don't know, probably try not to eat like after 8, and we go to bed around 10. My sleeping is great. I am sleeping fantastically. I sleep really, really well. So that's been good. Okay, this question is from Elizabeth. This is a great question. She said, questions you did ask or wish you had asked your doctor in the first conversation. Great, great question. I had a lot of questions for my doctor when she first recommended this. Number one was, is this, something that how am I going to feel? Like, I had heard all these horror stories about Ozempic. I don't know what's happening outside. They're like moving things around out there and they're using the lawnmower. I'm so sorry. It's okay. We're going to keep plugging through because last time I complained about the leaf blower, y'all didn't even hear it. So maybe you won't hear this either. But questions that I asked, like I said, were, am I going to feel yucky? Am I gonna get, like, people talked a lot about Ozempic face, like where your face kind of sinks in and you lose collagen and all this stuff on your face. And I was like, is that gonna happen to me? I asked a lot of questions about, side effects, if she had known of anybody else that had used it. Was it FDA approved? Was it gonna mess with my hormones? Was it gonna, mess with my perimenopause? All of those types of things. And she answered all my questions. We had a really long meeting. And we did talk about if this was something that I was gonna have to take for life, which I know is one of the other questions. So I'm just gonna address it now. But I think that there are mixed feelings about whether this is something that you take for your whole life or not. For me, I will take it for as long as I'm allowed to take it. If that's for life, that's for life. It addresses so many problems with obesity that I have zero problem taking this medication for the rest of my life. Some people, believe that once you hit your goal weight and you can maintain that for a certain amount of time, you can take yourself off the medication. I really honestly don't know. We will address that when we get there. My doctor said, it depends on the person, but I could foresee myself being on the medication forever if that's what it takes to maintain a healthy body weight, a healthy BMI. I'll do that. That's fine. Lori says, you look fabulous, life-changing. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. It is life-changing. Life-changing. I'm not gonna start crying again. Okay, Dawn says, curious about your fitness-specific goals, trying anything new in the future. Love you, girl. Love you right back. Definitely have some fitness goals. I'm not a fitness gal. Let's just start with that. I work out because it makes me feel better, and I know it's what my body needs. It's good for my heart, and it's good for my body. So I do it because I know I need to. I don't always love it. I have been considering going back to hot yoga. I don't know if I've ever talked about that on here, but I did hot yoga a long, long time ago. When we lost a baby, I used it as like part of my healing process, and it was wonderful. And it felt so good. I would kind of like to go back to that. So it's a little bit of a goal for me. I have not looked to see if that's even something, available in my area. I think the closest big city that I live to is Worcester, and there's probably one in Worcester, but we'll see. Bariatric nurse Lori says, no questions, just that I am so proud of you. Thank you so much. Like, honestly, thank you so much. I think this says Heather Marie. I'm getting ready to start Zepbound. Does any of the news coming out worry you? I'm second guessing safety. I haven't seen any of the news. I listen to my doctor. If my doctor tells me, hey, this is not good, we got to get off of this, then, I will. But I have not had any problems with it. I know there are some things that that are contraindicated to the medication, like if you have a history of thyroid cancer in your family, medullary thyroid cancer, other issues like that, then it can be contraindicated for the medication. But you have to do what you and your doctor feel is right. I know for me, my doctor is really, really cautious, so we just do a ton of blood work all of the time. I do blood work every 3 months, and That makes me feel like we're keeping a very close eye on it. And if something ever comes out that this is unsafe and she wants me off, then we get off, right? But you have to do what works for you, Heather. And if you do start on Zepbound, I wish you the best with your journey. If you don't start on Zepbound because you're not sure that it's safe enough, there's plenty of other things that you can do, and you know, you can continue your journey without it. Don't be discouraged. Okay, this message, I think it says KJ Keel. If you experience constipation, I do, got any tips or tricks? Yes, I do. And I do experience constipation from time to time. Hold on one second. So just getting over here into my, my stash, but I know another one of the questions is about supplements. If I take supplements, I think that's actually one of them, but I do take supplements. I actually take a ton of supplements. Two that really, really help me stay regular. One are my Groons. These are my daily vitamins. I showed these in a video. These are a daily little pack that I take. I did do sponsored content with Groons, but this part is not sponsored. I actually eat these every single day, like for real. I'm never gonna show you sponsored content that I don't actually use, just so you guys know. But this definitely helps to keep me regular. It helps with gut health. I love that stuff, and they taste really good. They're like a little treat. And the other thing I use is magnesium every single day. So I take this Calm supplement. This is a magnesium supplement. I drink it at night before I go to bed, and you can use it like you would melatonin. What I will say with this is that magnesium helps me stay regular. This was something that I had read when I first started looking into Zepbound. One of the suggestions they said was to take Calm to help you with your bowel movements, and I do that every single night and it helps. The other thing you wanna make sure that you are doing is drinking plenty of water. That's gonna help keep you regulated, like lots and lots and lots of water. Fiber, so making sure you're getting enough fiber. I never get enough fiber in my daily diet. I use the MyFitnessPal app to like keep track of my nutrients, and I never, ever reach that milestone. So I will use a fiber supplement. Usually we will put a scoop of Metamucil in our coffee. We literally just used the last of it this morning, but in a backup pinch, if I don't do that, I will use these right here. These are Metamucil gummies. I think you can take up to 3 a day. Yes, 3 gummies, fiber up, 1 full serving. Don't start with that though. Like work your way up to that. That helps a ton to keep me regular. If I am having stomach pain or gas, or I'm feeling really bloated, after a meal, they have Tums Plus with gas relief. So I'll use that. If I'm gonna be going out to dinner or eating something I know could possibly upset my stomach, or any of like the five hardest foods, the hard 5, which are the things that are like hard to digest, like I think it's fried foods, spicy foods, dairy, I can't remember what the other ones are, but like if I'm gonna eat like a ton of vegetables like broccoli and that kind of stuff, I will take a digestive enzyme before I eat. These are little pills that you can take right before you eat. Take 1 capsule before you eat. And these have papaya, I believe, fast-acting probiotics to digest the hard 5 foods. Complete daily digestion formula and clinically proven to work in hours. So you can take this before you're gonna eat a big meal. When I first started on Zepbound, I used to take this every single time I ate because I was really having a hard time like moving things around. I barely use that now. I'll only use it like if we're going out to eat. And then the last thing that I take, that I have to take because my good cholesterol is down, is a daily cardio salmon oil. This is what I take. This is to increase my healthy cholesterol, and it's a fish pill. So you can imagine what that's like. But those are my daily substitutions that I take. I also use collagen peptides every day. We put those in our coffee, and you can have 2 scoops of collagen peptides every day, the one that we use. I'll link everything for you down below. I'll put 1 scoop in my coffee, or if I'm not having coffee that day, which Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday, I will try to skip the coffee and do an energy drink instead, which I'm going to show you in a second. I will put it in my morning smoothie, which I have talked about. I have a video on what I eat and what I eat in a day, and I show like a breakfast smoothie that I literally eat every single day. When I don't have coffee, I will drink this Burn by Motivate. It's technically a pre-workout, but you can replace your morning coffee with it, and it gives you a ton of energy. It helps with appetite control. It's got fat burning properties in it. It's got vitamins and minerals to help with your focus. I have to tell you that I love this stuff. I showed this in a video recently, and it tastes really, really good. I'm actually getting a little low, but I will drink this in place of my coffee on school days. To answer your question about supplements, yes, I do take supplements, a lot of them. And yes, I do have help if you are struggling with constipation. I don't really have that struggle anymore, but that's because I do these things every day. The two things that are non-negotiable every single day is your daily vitamin and Metamucil. I never miss those two things to just make sure that I stay. Tammy says, no questions, but you are doing a wonderful job. Thank you for being so transparent with us. You are beyond welcome. Thank you for allowing me to be so transparent with you. Thank you for just being so welcoming and warming, and you guys make it easy to be transparent with you. You guys are such a supportive community. Steph says, after my third, lots of weight gain and mood changes. I'm so uncomfortable. Is it affordable? Oh, girl, I wish I could give you the biggest hug right now, because I wholeheartedly understand where you are at, and that is exactly where I was. Literally, when I look at pictures like this, just want to remind you of this, I was so swollen and so uncomfortable all of the time. So I know exactly where you're at. In regards to, is the medication affordable? It's really going to depend on a million and one things, right? So it's not a cheap drug by any means. I am extremely fortunate that it is covered by my health insurance, and I have a $30 copay every month. So I pay for it monthly, $30 for my 4 shots. I know other people who it is not covered by their insurance. My insurance literally only covers 2 medications, Zepbound and Mounjaro. Those are the only 2 that I could take. But I know there's a lot of insurances that won't cover any. There's Ozempic, Mounjaro, Wegovy, and Zepbound, I believe, are the 4 medications that are out there. There might be more. I don't know. I honestly haven't done any research recently, but I do know, because I was looking into this for myself in case insurance didn't cover it, that there are manufacturer coupons to help make the drug more affordable. The drug, I think, out of pocket is somewhere in the $1,200 range, but I know with manufacturer coupons, it can bring it down to somewhere in the $450 to $500 range. So whether or not that's affordable is going to be up to you and your family and your budget. For me, affordable is probably not the right word, but I would have done everything I possibly could to try to make that happen, especially now because I see how effective it is for me. But it really does boil down to what you're, comfortable with and what your insurance covers. For mine, I have to have pre-authorization. I had to qualify for the medication. Like, my doctor had to say, yes, she needs this, and insurance had to agree. My BMI was so high. My BMI was like 48% or something like that I qualified for the medication on just my BMI alone. I was just an obese gal, morbidly obese, morbid meaning it will kill me. I was so obese, I was so sick and so obese that it would kill me. Morbidly obese, that's what that means. And so I qualified with just my BMI alone. Jenny asked, will you have to take it forever? I think I answered that one. Mrs. NMR, hi. Are you taking any additional supplements to help with digestion? Yes, like I said, Calm, Metamucil, the Tums with the gas relief, and digestive enzymes. The worst side effect that you have experienced, is it ongoing? The worst was that one time that I overdid it on the protein and my stomach was like, are you mad? That has never happened again, and I don't do that anymore. I would say the worst side effect that I have now would be, all of them are not terrible. The 3 side effects I have are like injection site itchiness, tired on the first day or two, and the burping, but they're all like super, so maybe the burping, I guess, would be the worst, but it's like little tiny burps that are not, I'm not like belching across the room, you know, I mean, give me a Diet Coke, I can make it happen, but I don't think that any of them are really a problem, really. Like, they're all extremely minor. A Brew says, I have appointments set this Wednesday to get started. Have you had any really bad days? Girl, I am praying for you and I'm excited for you, and I'm coming right beside you in this journey. Have you had any really bad days? Yes. Yes, I had that one really bad day that I already told you about. And I would say physically, that's the only bad day I've ever had. Probably mentally has been more of my struggle, just getting past physical trauma that I needed to let go in order to allow my body to shed weight. Was probably the toughest part for me, and you're gonna have to find the right groove for you. But honestly, this has been such a life changer. I'm just pulling up the post to make sure that I don't have any more questions that I did not answer. Let's see. Sloan says, have you noticed a difference in your arthritis since you have been on your journey? Yes. Yes, yes, a million times yes. Like, so much better. So much better. My podiatrist told me for every 10 pounds I lose, that's gonna be 40 pounds off my feet. And I'm gonna tell you my magic number when we get to the end of this video, but I am down a lot, and my feet are, the swelling is like, I don't know, 15% of what it used to be. It's just incredible. My hands feel better. I mean, there's parts of my body that are so broken, they're not gonna be fixed. Like my poor little pinkies, like they're not gonna, my fingers, you know, being crooked, and that's just gonna get worse. It's not gonna get better, but that's just part of having degenerative arthritis. But I will say this has dramatically slowed things down. So absolutely. See, Michelle says, can't wait for this next video. You inspired me to start my journey. 20 pounds down so far. That's incredible. Oh my gosh. Congratulations, Michelle. Like, what a milestone. I'm so happy for you. Michelle also says, I'm struggling with constipation on Zepbound. Have you dealt with that? If so, how? Yes, it's tough at the beginning. I really had a hard time. Metamucil, I'm gonna say it again, Metamucil, Calm, or some kind of magnesium supplement. I like the Calm. It tastes good. It's easy. It helps me sleep at night. It helps with stress too, and digestive enzymes, and lots and lots and lots of water. I will link everything for you down in the description box and try to make it as simple as possible for you to grab what I've used. Anne says, how tall are you and how much did you lose the first month? So Anne, I am 5'3". I'm a little gal. In my first month, I would say I lost like 10 pounds, maybe, like right under, maybe 9 pounds. Not a ton, but it was a really good start. At the beginning, because I was losing a little bit slower, it was hard for me to stay motivated, because diets I'd used in the past, like keto, I lost rapidly, and that was very motivating for me, but then it was so not sustainable. What, ma'am? I'm talking. It's Tallulah, sorry. She's yelling at me because she wants me to feed her, because I'm in the kitchen. Ma'am, I'll feed you in a second. But I definitely had a hard time staying motivated, but I would say slow and steady is appropriate. My goal is always to lose a pound to 1.5 pounds a week. So that's how I calculate my calories. I talk all about that in my last video. Again, I'll link it for you down in the description box so you guys can get more information about that. But so if I can steadily lose that, I feel like I am doing well. Okay, so I know I've been talking a long time, but let's wrap it up. Thank you guys. I hope I answered all of your questions. If you have any more, put them down in the comment section below. I'm happy to answer whatever I possibly can. But let's talk about where I'm currently at. So as of 2 days ago, I have officially lost 50 pounds. 50 pounds, you guys. That is halfway to my goal. I don't know that I've ever lost 50 pounds total. I feel phenomenal. I feel so motivated. Even recovering from the big C, I feel so much better. I feel like I'm recovering faster. I feel like I was down a shorter time. I'm just feeling really, really, really good and so motivated. And that 100-pound goal feels like it actually could happen, which is so amazingly incredible. I can't even begin to tell you. We had new pictures taken at work for our, you know, you get your annual pictures, and I wanted to show you this major difference here. Like, I was so excited to take a new picture for my badge that I'm just so, it's so motivating to see those things. I love both of those women. Both of those women are strong, and both of those women have goals and are amazing mothers and wonderful humans and kind to their friends. One of them is just a little bit healthier and a whole lot happier. So I can't even begin to tell you. So that is my current update, you guys. I hope that I answered your questions. Thank you for coming along with me on this very emotional journey. I'm sorry that I got teary-eyed. I feel like I do that a lot lately in my videos, and I apologize for that, but I feel like that just means that we have a really nice relationship and a very wonderful community here. You guys are always so incredibly supportive, even when we get those, you know, couple of knuckleheads that come around to just, you know, they make things interesting. They keep it fun, right? But you guys are always incredible, and this channel would be nothing without you. We've hit 50,000 or 50 pounds down. We are 500 subscribers away from 50,000 subscribers. Like, this is gonna be the year of the 50s maybe. I feel so good about this. So thank you guys so much. Again, leave any questions that you might have down in the comments. I'll link everything I can for you down in the description box. Thank you again to Get Healthy You TV. Check that out. Remember, first 1,000 people that click that link are gonna get a premium membership for a whole year for $1.49. Such a steal. It's been so helpful for me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, my friends.